Bob. Bob loved to make people happy. Bob lived to make people happy. If people weren't happy, Bob wasn't happy. So every day, Bob set out to make people happy, which is not an easy task because what makes some people happy makes other people unhappy. Bob lived in a land where everyone wore coats. People never removed their coats. And Bob never seemed to get around to asking why. He only asked which. Which coat should I wear? Now, Bob's mother loved the color green. Whenever she would see Bob wearing a green coat, she would say, "Yay, Bob, I love it when you wear your green coat." So, Bob always wore his green coat. And since he never left home and he only ever saw his mother, he was happy. Because she was happy, and she said, "Yay, Bob," over and over and over. Now, one day, Bob grew up and got a job. The first day of his first job, he got up early, put on his best green coat, and walked down the street. Bob soon realized, however, that something was different. Everyone was not wearing a green coat, everyone was wearing red. And when they saw Bob's green coat, they said, "Yuck." Now, yuck was a hard word for Bob to hear. He felt guilty. He had made the word yuck come out of someone else's mouth. He loved to hear yay. He hated to hear yuck. Now, when people saw his green coat and said yuck, Bob had to figure out what to do, so he quickly ran to the clothing store and bought himself a red coat. He put it on over his green coat and walked back out into the street. Now, people said yay when they saw his red coat, and he felt better because he had made them feel better. When he arrived at his workplace, he walked into his boss's office wearing his red coat. "Yuck," said the boss. Now, thinking his boss was maybe like his mother, he took off the red coat really quickly to show his green coat underneath, and his boss said, "Double yuck. Oh, we like blue around here," and he went to the coat rack and gave him a blue coat. "Whatever you say," Bob answered, putting the blue coat on over the red coat, which was over the green coat. He was just glad that he didn't have to hear his boss say yuck anymore. And so he went to work. When he was finished with work, he took off his blue coat and put on his red coat, and just as about the time that he got home to see his mother, he put his green coat back on over his red coat and went inside. Now, Bob soon realized that life with multiple coats was difficult. His movements were stiff and he was always hot. And there were some times when the sleeve of one coat would peek out underneath the coat that was on top and someone would see it, but before anyone could say yuck, Bob would quickly tuck it away. One day, Bob forgot to change his coat before he went home. And when his mother saw his red coat, she turned purple because she was so disgusted with red. And before she could say yuck, though, Bob quickly ran over, put his hand over her mouth, switched his coat, and then removed his hand so she could say yay instead. It was at this precise moment that Bob realized he had a very special gift. He could change his coats with ease. With a little practice, he could shed one coat and replace it with another within a matter of seconds. Even Bob didn't understand his versatility, but he was pleased with it because he could now be any color to any person at any time and please everyone. His skill at changing coats quickly elevated him to high positions. Eventually, he was elevated to the position of mayor because he could please everyone, because everyone thought he was just like them. His acceptance speech was brilliant. Those who loved blue thought he was wearing blue. Those who loved red thought he was wearing red. And his mother just saw his best green coat. Only he knew he was constantly changing from one color to the other. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it because everyone said yay. Now, Bob's multicolored life continued along smoothly until one day, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about now. On that day, Bob was working hard in his office as the mayor when some blue-coated people stormed in. They said, "We found a criminal who needs to be executed," shoving the man toward Bob. Bob was shocked at what he saw, for standing in front of him was a man wearing no coat at all, just a t-shirt. Bob began questioning him in disbelief. "Where is your coat?" he demanded. The man answered, "I don't wear one." Bob clarified the question. "You don't have a coat?" But the man just answered, "I don't want one." Now, Bob could not believe this man would not want to wear a coat. Everyone wore a coat, and everyone expected everyone else to wear a coat. In amazement, he questioned, "What if people aren't happy with you?" To which the man responded, "I didn't come here to make people happy. I came here to tell people the truth." Now, Bob had never heard such words. He didn't know what to say or to think. If Bob had ever heard the word truth, he'd long ago rejected it. He didn't even know what truth was anymore. He only knew how to change his coats. Bob's thoughts were quickly interrupted by a mob of red-coated people shouting outside the window. They were shouting, "Kill that man! He's guilty!" Putting on his red coat, Bob ran to the window and said, "But I can't find anything wrong with him." "Yuck!" they replied. And at that moment, some blue-coated people came running in. They were saying, "He needs to be executed." They demanded action. And Bob turned, putting on his blue coat, saying, "This man is innocent." But they just replied, "Yuck!" Bob didn't know what to do. The noise got louder and louder as people started shouting back and forth, and he just couldn't make sense of the situation. He turned to the man with no coat and said, "What should I do?" And he had just one word for him: choose. I can't please them and you. I can't please you and them. Bob just threw up his hands and screamed to the multicolored crowd, "Take him! I wash my hands of him." But even in making no choice, Bob knew he had made one. The man was led away, and Bob was left alone with his coats.